Good evening, everyone. I'm Joanne Cunningham, and I serve as the chair of the Albany County Legislature. The rules of the Albany County Legislature allow for a period of public comment before our monthly meetings. Our rules prohibit members of the public from questioning legislators and prohibit us from questioning you. This is your time to speak and our time to listen. In accordance with our rules of order, speakers will be allowed 3 minutes each, and I ask everyone in the chamber to please silence your phones. Before we get to our first speaker, we do have a special proclamation to be read into the record by our very own Dr. Carolyn McLaughlin, and I would invite Dr. McLaughlin up to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. Happy summer. This is a proclamation that will, pretty self-explanatory, so I'll just go ahead and read it, but of the parts I'm going to read. So, it's a proclamation of the Albany County Legislature. Whereas discrimination and oppression in racial and ethnic minority communities are interconnected and intensified by various factors like race, gender, sexuality, nationality, socioeconomic status, ability, and others. And members of the Black, Indigenous, people of color communities frequently encounter racialized violence, stigmatization, financial insecurity, and various social and economic difficulties. These obstacles can deteriorate their mental health and hinder their access to quality mental health care services. In 2008, the House of Representatives declared July as B.B. Moore Campbell Minority Mental Health Awareness Month nationally, aiming to raise awareness about the myriad of mental health challenges endured by racial and ethnic minority groups in the United States. B.B. Moore Campbell was a trailblazing writer and mental health advocate. Throughout 2005, she dedicated her time to speaking at various institutions around the country and doing book signings, establishing the National Minority Health Mental Health Task Force to advocate for improved mental health care for minority communities. Campbell tirelessly advocated for communities of color to access inclusive and equitable mental health resources. Today, individuals from diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds are empowered to take charge of their mental health now. Therefore, be it resolved that the Albany County Legislature commemorates the legacy of B.B. Moore Campbell, the inspiration behind National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, and we pledge to actively pursue equity for racial and ethnic minority groups across all aspects of their lives. In witness thereof, we have whereto set our hands and cause the seal of the County Legislature of Albany County to be affixed on this day, the 29th, it was dated the 29th day of July 2024, signed by yours truly, signed by our Honorable Chairwoman, Joanne Cunningham, and Deputy Chairwoman, Honorable Wanda Willingham. We thank you for your support for an initiative such as this, because we all understand that I don't care what community you're from, you're touched by mental health issues throughout our communities, and whatever we can do to bring awareness to this and to make sure that people get access to resources, our whole community is better off for it. So we thank you for your support for a proclamation such as this.
Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Beston. Here. Bergdorf.
Here.
Clay. Clary. Collins.
Here.
Camiso. Here. Conway. Cunningham.
Here.
Demolowitz.
Here.
Drake.
Here.
Efakoro.
Here.
Ethier.
Here.
Feeney.
Here.
Fine. Grimm.
Here.
Andrew Joyce.
Here.
Ray Joyce. Kuhn.
Here.
LaRilliard. Lakakis.
Here.
Lockhart.
Here.
Murriello,
Here.
Mayo,
Here.
McLaughlin, McLean Lane, Miller,
Present.
Petto, Hurley,
Here.
Pulaski, Reedy,
Here.
Reinhardt, Ricard,
Present.
Robinson,
Here.
Rosano,
Here.
Simpson, Smith,
Here.
Ward, Whalen,
Here.
Willingham. I have 27 present.
Clerk, please read the name of the first speaker.
Carol Waterman.
Hi, everyone. A few months ago, and I had mentioned this once before, Joanne told me that since she became chair, there were several complaints about my parking in the sheriff's parking lot. Now, given that there hadn't been any for 12 years, I of course wondered about that. And if any of you ever have any problem with me, you know where to find me, and please let me know. But I really had my doubts about this. So I ran it by a fairly large number of people, the first one of which just burst out laughing. Okay? Others laughed as well. I couldn't find a living person who believed that suddenly there were several complaints about me. But if any of you have any, you know where to find me, okay? Now, I don't know what you've been told about, things about what I'm standing for about the parking issue. I am very concerned. Oh, that's right, you can't anymore ask for a clarification. You have to take it outside now. But anyway, I know for a fact that I have been badly misquoted to at least one person. And that one person, and believe me, I'm not creative enough to make this up, that one person was me, okay? And I was told that I apparently thought they should just open up that parking lot. How stupid would that be? Okay, and you all know me, you know I'm not stupid, okay? Now, I was also informed that it was my position somehow that I was special. No, okay? Anybody who has disabilities where that's the only place they can safely park should be allowed to. Okay. Now, I also received quite a lot of unasked for medical advice. And some of it was, well, frankly, ludicrous. And it was about how I could safely park in places where I already explained that I can't. Now, I know Joanne is paid, I'm not making this up, $460,000 a year, okay, to be the CEO of the Partnership for Quality Home Care. That does not make her a doctor. I have my own doctors, okay? Now, about handicap parking in the sheriff's lot, this will not benefit me at all. They just as soon have
15
me
seconds.
What?
15 seconds.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, they just as soon have me towed from there as anywhere else. But other people need these. And the Americans with Disabilities Act requires, in a lot with that many spaces, 2 handicap parking spaces. And they're not there. I was only talking to Joanne about something else, and I did bring this up, and I was told that no, they really have more than 2 in another lot, like it's around the corner there, and that counts. No, it does not.
Time, Carol.
Oh, okay. I'll be asking Nicole to send out my contact information to all of you tomorrow. And if you have any concerns about anything I do, or you disagree with something I say, or you just want a clarification, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, take care.
Tom Ellis.
Mr. Bergdorf, before we move to the next speaker, Mr. Bergdorf is recognized.
4 months now, we've heard how Carol Waterman is special. And how, excuse me, Carol, you have your opportunity to speak. I've had my own medical challenges this entire year. But for the first time in my life, I am using a handicap permit, which expires on September 30th. And I hope I don't need it beyond that. But I try to park in a regular spot every time I can and not use a handicap spot. But for anyone to think that our sheriff's lot, which is a secure area where our judges are, especially in today's environment, and people working after hours, that anybody who feels like they don't want to use their handicap permit in a handicapped spot, which is right in front of our building, the chair even offered to try to get more handicap spots on the street and petition the city of Albany, but that wasn't good enough. It has to be in the sheriff's lot, and that's just plain wrong. Because there are hundreds of people who come before this legislature who may have a handicap spot or have a handicap permit. What do? Give up the entire lot? Give up our security concerns? I gotta tell you, I had to get up and say something because I'm tired of listening to this. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Bergdorf. Can you please?
1 second, I wasn't going to say nothing, but everything he said, he's total nonsense. I'll tell you what, I've been coming here for 44 years. That parking lot, during the day, during the night, during any time you want to call it, have people parking their car there who don't belong there. And that's all I want to say.
Thank you. Please read the next speaker.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tom Ellis. I hope you're enjoying the summer. I live on North Pine Avenue in the city of Albany, and I'm here today to ask the county legislature to pass a resolution calling upon the state government to enforce the Green Amendment that was approved by voters by about a 2-to-1 margin almost 3 years ago. So I have a statement I'd like to read. Residents across New York are trying to force the state agencies and courts to enforce the Green Amendment to the New York State Constitution, overwhelmingly approved by voters in 2021. The amendment reads, quote, "Each person shall have the right to clean air and water and to a healthful environment," end quote. Unfortunately, New York Attorney General Letitia James has asserted in court filings the Green Amendment does not empower courts to require state agencies to take action against large polluters. Many people disagree. Large trash incinerators and landfills operate throughout New York, sometimes in residential neighborhoods, near schools, and on and near riverbanks. The state also allows and promotes the spreading of contaminated sewage sludge on agricultural lands. By refusing to champion the amendment, Ms. James protects the owners of trash incinerators and landfills and shields the governor and the state health and environmental conservation departments who refuse to close dumps and landfills and develop safe alternatives to them. Many people wonder what is the purpose of the Green Amendment if it cannot be used to protect public health and the environment. Is it slick greenwashing that protects powerful corporate interests? The Attorney General enforces other constitutional rights. Why not the Green Amendment? So again, I'm asking you to pass a resolution calling upon the state government, particularly the DEC, the governor, the Attorney General, and the legislature to enforce the Green Amendment. Thank you very much. And I'd like to include in the record the first page of the July-August 2024 issue of the Solidarity Notes, where the article that I just read is contained. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the summer, everybody.
Mike McGlynn.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mike McGlynn. I'm from Waterloo. Thank you for permitting me to speak about global warming and county human resource policies to protect our neighbors from man-made and natural emergencies. Our state Attorney General in February filed a petition to the Federal Occupational Safety and Health Administration about a national heat-related public health standard at indoor and outdoor work sites. Last month, OSHA issued a press release regarding a proposed new occupational safety and health standard authorizing employers and non-managerial employees to develop a heat injury and illness plan. However, OSHA's official submission to the Federal Register for public comment has not yet happened. In addition, members of the U.S. Senate and the House of Representatives introduced legislation to enact the Heat, Illness, Injury, and Fatality Prevention Act and are still considering enactment. And in the state legislature, members of the Senate and Assembly are amending the proposed temperature regulation by employers to improve labor laws to protect our neighbors. But the legislation is tabled in various committees. Even though a state extreme heat action plan was announced by the governor's office in June to develop and implement programs and projects to protect our most vulnerable residents, the State Disaster Preparedness Commission issued in March an extreme heat annex to our state comprehensive emergency management plan. The annex stipulates state assistance will serve as a supplement to local actions and will typically be made after local resources are exhausted. I urge you to consider a county human resource policy to protect workers and our neighbors from heat-related injuries, illnesses, and death. Municipalities participating in the Climate Smart Communities program can assess the planning and technical resources and supplies to mitigate heat-related illnesses to our neighbors and their employers. A partnership among public, nonprofit, and for-profit employers with members of the Clean Energy Communities program can access public and private funds to purchase personnel protective supplies and energy-efficient equipment, including battery energy storage systems for indoor and outdoor cooling centers. I urge consideration for essential changes of government human resource policies to protect our neighbors as global warming continues. Thank you.
There are no more speakers.
Is there anyone in the chamber who has not spoken who would like to speak? Public forum is now closed. I'd like to call the meeting to order. I would like to ask our August birthdays, including Ellen Rosano, whose birthday is today, Lynn Lakakis, and Dustin Reedy to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Beston. Bergdorf.
Here.
Clay. Clary.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
Camiso. Conway. Cunningham.
Here.
Demolowitz. Drake.
Here.
Efacoro. Ethier.
Here.
Feeney.
Here.
Fine. Grimm.
Here.
Andrew Joyce.
Here.
Ray Joyce.
Here.
Cone.
Here.
LaRilliard. Lakakis.
Here.
Lockhart. Mariello. Mayo.
Here.
McLaughlin. McLean Lane. Miller. Petto. Pearlie.
Here.
Plosky. Reedy.
Here.
Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson.
Here.
Rosano.
Here.
Simpson. Smith.
Here.
Ward. Whalen. Willingham. 30 present.
Before we get to previous business, I'd like to entertain a motion to take items 482 and 483 out of order. Can I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Demolowitz, second by Mr. Ricard. All those in favor of taking 482 and 483 out of order? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Unanimous. Clerk, please read 482.
Confirming the appointment of the Director of Crime Victims and Sexual Violence Center.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes, and I would like to congratulate Amanda Wingle of Albany, New York, as our new Director of Crime Victims and Sexual Violence. Clerk, please read 483.
Confirming the appointment of the Director of the Department of Civil Service.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Congratulations, Hannah.
Woo!
And Hannah Black of Albany, New York is being appointed this evening as the Director of the Department of Civil Service. Congratulations. Okay. Clerk, 373.
Public hearing on proposed local law number I for 2024, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Chapter 265 of the Albany County Code to update the tattoo code provisions.
Please note the date was updated on this resolution. All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 423. Please read 423.
Public hearing on proposed local law number M for 2024, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Chapter 288 of the Albany County Code regarding the welfare and safety of pets and vehicles.
This, at the request of the sponsor, is going to be referred to the Law Committee and the Public Safety Committee with the local law, both the public hearing and the local law. (452), please.
Authorizing an agreement with WMJ Killer and Sons Construction regarding concrete and railing repairs at the MVP Arena.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 453, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Service Management Group regarding operation of the MVP Arena parking garage.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 454, please.
Authorizing lease agreements with Protective Industrial Products and Hoffman Car Wash, Albany, regarding corporate suite number 13 at the MVP Arena.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 455, please.
Authorizing the acceptance of reimbursement from Champlain Hudson Power Express regarding repair and repaving of county roads and amending the 2024 Department of Public Works budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 456, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Labella Associates regarding continued soil and groundwater remediation related to a fuel leak at the New Salem Road facility.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 457, please.
Authorizing a lease agreement with the Blanchard Curry American Legion Post 1040 regarding the construction of a connector path.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 458, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Bubonia Holding Corp. Regarding removal and disposal of incinerator ash at the Water Purification District North Plant.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 459, please.
Amending the 2024 Water Purification District budget, emergency repairs.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 460.
Authorizing an agreement with the City of Albany regarding the use of data center space and fiber connectivity located at 112 State Street.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 461, please.
Authorizing the acceptance of grant funding and agreements regarding the Family First Mobile Response Initiative and amending the 2024 Department for Children, Youth, and Families budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 462, please.
Adopting the proposed modifications to Albany County Agricultural District numbers 1, 2, and 3.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 463,
Authorize,
sorry.
authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation regarding the maintenance of snowmobile trails in Albany County.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 464, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Axon Enterprise regarding digital evidence storage and management and amending the 2024 Public Defender's Office budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 465, and please note that the language has been updated to include the quote for the cyber liability.
Authorizing agreements regarding Albany County insurance coverage.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 466.
Adopting the Rensselaer County Business Analyst and Risk Assessment for accepting electronic signatures on contracts, amendments, and memorandums of understanding.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 467, please.
Amending the 2024 Department of Health budget, public health strengthening infrastructure, workforce, and data systems funding.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 468.
Amending the 2024 Department of Mental Health budget, overtime.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 469, please.
Amending the 2024 Department of Mental Health budget, expanding clinical services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 470.
Amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget, commander position.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 471.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to an agreement with the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding the 2024-2025 Law Enforcement Technology Program and amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 472.
Authorizing an agreement with Exxon Enterprise regarding the purchase of in-car LPR cameras.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 473.
authorizing an agreement with Samyak Solutions regarding the purchase of handheld Raman spectrometer units.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 474.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to the United States Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance regarding reimbursement for the incarceration of criminal aliens.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 475.
Amending Resolution Number 377 for 2022 regarding the 2022 Domestic Terrorism Prevention Grant and amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 476, please.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to an agreement with the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding the 2024 Gun-Involved Violence Elimination Grant and amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 477.
Amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget, Sheriff Corporal positions.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 478, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding the Gun-Involved Violence Elimination Grant.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 479.
Authorizing an agreement with St. Anne Institute regarding respite services for probation, raise the age youth.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 480.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the state Homeland Security and state law enforcement terrorism prevention programs.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 481.
Authorizing an agreement with the Capital Region Workforce Development Board regarding job readiness training for individuals released from the Albany County Correctional Facility and clients of the Sheriff's Homeless Improvement Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. We've already done 482 and 483. Moving on to 484.
Appointing a member to the Albany County Ethics Commission.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 485.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Department of State regarding the New York Swims Lifeguard Grant Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 486.
Authorizing corrections to the tax roll for the cities of Albany and Cohoes.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 487.
Making a seeker determination and authorizing the purchase of parcels of real property in the city of Albany and amending the 2024 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 488.
Making a seeker determination and authorizing the purchase of a parcel of real property located at 52 Howard Street in the city of Albany and amending the 2024 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 489.
Making a seeker determination and authorizing the purchase of parcels of real property in the town of Bethlehem and amending the 2024 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Mr. Bergdorf?
Madam Chairwoman, I'm going to support this, but I'm a little nervous in that the first time we heard about this, I don't remember if it was in Public Works or in Audit and Finance, people are talking about building an entire campus, emergency services campus on that site. And while that may be a wonderful idea, there are other models that emergency services have used to fund training facilities. The police, they bond together as municipalities and they have zone training. And I just would like to be convinced before we go forward, not with the purchase of the land, because I think that's a wonderful thing, but that we have taken a good economic look at what a potential campus would cost, who is going to pay for it, so that we don't find out, and are surprised when we don't hear anything, and then all of a sudden there are bids that have been placed, as was the case with at least one other capital project. But I have great respect for Chief Paris within the Sheriff's Office, and I know he's trying to fill an unmet need, but I'm not quite sure where the oversight in the county is. We heard from Dave Riley in the committee that they're supportive of the $1 million for the land. I understand that, but I don't know if the sheriff is the supervising adult or the county executive is the supervising adult, but we're potentially looking at a campus that could cost millions and millions and millions of dollars. So I'd like to see somebody come back to the legislature, either to the Public Safety Committee or the Audit and Finance Committee, with some sort of a concrete recommendation before this goes too far forward from this. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Mr. Demolowitz?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I find myself agreeing with Mr. Bergdorf on this issue. I think the purchase of the land is a very, very good investment for Albany County. 5 minutes from the thruway, it's great. This training center itself, I have some concerns about. First of all, like Oriskany, this should be owned by the state. The state runs Oriskany over 1,000 acres, an hour and a half from Albany. So, right off the thruway. So as we move forward with this, I hope we move cautiously and look at our options. Having the state run this is one option. A second option is what we did when we created the juvenile detention center. We reached out to all the regional counties and we came together with an agreement. Everybody agreed on supporting it and purchasing and committing to financing and paying for the facility. And the third option is just that the county runs it. The county does it all. And the county takes the bite out of it. I don't know if that's a feasible operation to do, but if this is truly a regional facility, how it's being sold to me, and I'm on the finance committee, I never heard it before. Finance committee was the first time I heard about it. If we're going to be committed to a regional facility, this should be paid by the region, or it should be paid for by the state. I strongly believe it should be a state-run facility. Thank you.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 490, please.
Amending resolution numbers 489 and 490 for 2021 as amended regarding New York State Homes and Community Renewal Community Development Block Grant CARES Act funding.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 491.
Authorizing an agreement with Empire State Development regarding Restore New York Communities Initiative funding and amending the 2024 Department of Economic Development Conservation and Planning budget.
All those in favor? Oh, go ahead, Ms. Lockhart. Mr. Drake? Okay, anyone else? All right, we've got Bergdorf, Collins, Smith, Grimm, Whalen. I think we got you.
Thank you.
Okay. That was what, 4? Okay, 492, please.
Amending the 2024 District Attorney's Office budget, administrative adjustments.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 493, please.
Providing for a plan of deposition of commercial gaming revenue funds.
We're going to refer that to the Audit and Finance and Economic Development Committees. 494, please.
Requesting the Department of General Services to conduct an economic impact study regarding the placement of public use electric vehicle chargers at all county properties, including vacant parcels.
We're going to refer this to Public Works and Audit and Finance. Okay, before we get to, Ms. Plotsky? Oh, we've recorded you, thank you. Before we go to the consent agenda, we're going to have to go back and amend Resolution 373. This is the tattoo public hearing date. I first need a motion to reopen Resolution 373. I've got Mr. Feeney with Mr. Kuhn as a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Now, moving on to the actual motion to amend Resolution 373 to change the date to August 27th, 2024. A motion by Mr. Feeney, seconded by Mr. Kuhn. All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution is agreed to. Now, finally, on the Resolution 373 as amended, all those in favor? Any opposed? The resolution is passed. Thank you. Okay, we have now reached the consent agenda. There's been some updated language in Resolution 496. It allows for the grant of the award and the execution of the project so that they may get started as soon as possible. With that said, are there any requests to take any items off of the consent agenda? Hearing none. All of those in favor of the consent agenda, these are items 495 through 500. Any opposed? Resolution passes. I believe that's the end of our agenda. Can I ask for a motion to adjourn? Oh, Mr. Ferraro.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman. As we all are aware, the College of St. Rose is going to be closing in December, and December of 2024, which is this year. And I want to first of all thank the Governor Karihoko, Assemblywoman Katehi, and Dan Ikoy, our county executive, for approving the Pine Hills Land Authority for a possible redevelopment of the facilities that are going to be left behind by the College of St. Rose. But I also want to stress the need for the board of the Pine Hills Land Authority to include members of the Pine Hills neighborhood. Again, I want to stress the need for this board to include members of the Pine Hills neighborhood. We have a neighborhood association that is very active and very involved in whatever goes on in the community, and we want those of us that live in the neighborhood to be a part of whatever conversation that is going to happen around these facilities. So, and also want to stress and make it clear that myself and other members of the neighborhood will oppose any board that does not include members of the Pine Hills neighborhood. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, duly noted, and we will be making our announcements very soon. We had Mr. Kuhn. Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn. All those in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Have a good evening.